Okay, let's go. You ready? So today I've got one of the most important guests. I was going to make this a Natalie and Alfred sitting in a tree, but I feel like it should be a podcast episode. Because, whenever do you have the incomparable Natalie Adriaan in the studio? Very popular celebrity in the South African fashion sphere. Hello, Natalie.
Hi.
Can you bring the mic closer to your face, please?
Just as-
Okay, there we go.
Hello.
So what do you think of my podcast studio that you helped me build?
So baie tech-oriënteerd wat jy aangaan.
You look very...
Jy sien net kabels.
I neatened it up quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Natalie, you know how this place looked.
This is neat. Okay.
You know how this place looked before. It was hectic. Let me take this thing off because Nat is judging me for having headphones on.
Aye.
Listen, so I wanted to talk to you and just have you on because we haven't done a Natalie and Alfred sitting in a tree in a long time. And so I someone made it a podcast
Can I
episode.
swear?
You can do what you want. It's a podcast.
Okay.
I'll just obviously bleep it out for my good Christian people. But no, so we haven't had one since we've been in Cape Town. I think we should talk about the last 6 months in Cape Town. The moving one. How did the moving feel? How are you feeling? How's things going?
Just on a separate note, I just feel like you think that people want to hear from me. I'm very boring. I don't really have much to say.
The numbers dictate otherwise.
I don't. Ek is 'n baie boring mens.
Watch this.
I don't have conversation.
Watch this video. Every time you are in the show, in any video clip, it has 30% more views on average. Anything. I mean, there's obviously the jokes that do really well. But when you are in those jokes, even if you say nothing, more people watch. People love you. Okay. And I don't think you are at peace with that.
I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't think so. I think it's just you. I don't think that people, I don't think I'm an interesting person at all. I'm that girl in the background.
I think that's part of your appeal. I think people, it's your reluctance that people are after, because you also, I hate the words people use. You must be authentic, because that in its very thinking that is inauthentic, but you come across as yourself, and I think people connect to that. And how many followers do you have on Facebook, for example?
You know what? I don't know off the top of my head.
But it's more than 50,000 people.
Yeah, it is more. It's grown quite a bit.
You know what 50,000 people are? Do you know that you could fill Cape Town Stadium with 50,000? It's 50,000 people.
Imagine if every single one of them just gives me R1.
You see, that is the very thinking. Anyway.
Just R1.
Yeah, decent geld. So I think you're very popular, and I think you're popular for a reason. I've been trying to get Natalie to do a podcast completely of her own, because I think that she has very interesting ideas and thoughts on the world. The hard part of doing this kind of thing is that, the longer you speak, this is the problem with podcasts. Not the problem, I guess part of the challenge is, it brings out the real person. It brings out the real person,
yeah, and maybe
your opinions.
Yeah, and listen, my opinion is not very popular.
It depends.
I'm not saying, and I'm going to say this out loud, I don't think I'm a judgmental person, but I have an opinion, and it's not always what people want to hear, or it's not always the pleasant side of the action or the decision. I don't know if I should even say that I'm a negative person.
I don't.
But I do have an opinion on things, and I don't always express it. So there's a lot of times where I will think of it, but I will never ever say it, because I am opening up a door that I don't want to sort of face, or I don't want to deal with. And in my head, most of the time during the day, I always tell myself, Natalie, choose your battles. Choose your battles. Do you want to open the store? Do you want to face it? Answer's always no. Not always. I wouldn't say always, because there are times where I'm just like, I face something head on and I'm like, what the F? But many times I would choose your battles. Walk away, just breathe.
She doesn't have much to say.
I don't have much to say.
Listen, opinions, people are going to disagree or agree. That is the way the world is. Your opinion, no one is ever really right or wrong. Well, sometimes they are, but I mean, your opinion is your opinion, and people are going to celebrate it or not. And there's always going to be people with differing opinions, as long as we're respectful of each other. That's always been our thing on our channels.
I am very respectful. And listen, again, we're generalizing here, because I've got a lot of opinions on a lot of things.
Everyone's got opinions on everything.
Yeah, no, true. We are generalizing. I don't have...
No, I'm saying is that what I'm trying to get to is that everybody on planet Earth has an opinion on something. Some will agree with you, some won't. As long as we have a place where we can be respectful of each other, that's fine.
Yeah, and I think that's also why I choose my battles, because a lot of people don't have an open mind, so they wouldn't take it the way I would maybe, or I wouldn't take it the way I should take it because I'm so angry about certain things.
It's your opinion.
Yeah, true.
And everyone's got one.
True.
And whether people agree with you or not, that's irrelevant actually.
Yeah,
it's about the respectful nature of each. People must just be respectful. They can disagree with... People disagree with me on the internet all the time. The beauty of the block button is what I'm after. This is my world, my community. If you rude on my thing, you can disagree with me, but if you're rude, I press block.
You see, now I take that now a step further. In my head, I take that a step further. Yes, it's all good and well you block that person, but that person is still that bitter behind that button. And I can't seem to understand why that person is so bitter to someone else. Is this really affecting you in any way? Whatever you said, whatever that bitter sees on that side, and whatever you said, is that really going to affect that person? Did that person wake up in that morning? Is he having a shitty life? Why are you being that way? Why do you have that mentality? It's all good and well you block that person, because the person will never be able to do that to you again. But they're still there, and they're going to go to someone else and shut them down and break them like they do with me all the time. They break me when they comment such you see, now people's not getting the best of me, and they seeing the best of me. They don't know me like this. I'm angry, I'm bitter, I resent people for being so horrible to someone who's just trying to do something with their life.
What happened this morning? I don't understand all this. I have no idea.
Anyway,
I have no idea. No, I have
open that door.
No, I have no idea what this is.
It's because you spoke about comments, and I just hate terrible comments. I hate it. I'm not expecting to always have good comments, but it's that shitty ones that really sits here and makes you question and doubt everything that you're doing.
I didn't. I must say this, I'm better at compartmentalizing these things. I go, people are angry, this is the world.
Yeah, no, you
this
are better.
Is the
I
world.
Take it to heart.
No,
and I shouldn't even
I have feelings. People say things that hurt me all the time. People say I'm fat. People say I'm this, I'm that. I speak too much. That's boring, whatever. It hurts my feelings. But sometimes it stays with me for a day or two. But this is the world. This is how the world is. And
it's sad, but it's a sad reality, and I'm very sad about it, and I'm sad that people would think that that's okay. Anyway.
But again, and it's just this whole thing about this is what I struggle with in society a lot, is that what did you expect? You know what I mean? We are adults, we walk in the world, there are angry people. There are people that I'm unreasonable to. You know, there's people I look at the media and I go, because you must remember in the media, you like look at a person from the distance and you go, I don't like this, that, and the next thing I have feelings of that person. And I'm being that horrible person to that human. I'm just not typing it out. People are going to like you. People are not going to like you. It's about sort of understanding that, in my opinion, it's about understanding those things, is that people are going to be bitter. And I block you. That's in my spaces, I block you, just like I'm not friends with certain people.
I just think it takes someone with mental issues to type whatever they feel that's horrible to break the next person, because you know exactly what you're doing. That's where my problem
You see,
comes in.
now that gives me calm. That gives me calm because I go like, this person wants to be mean.
But you see, but that's what I can't.
They wanna be mean.
That's what I struggle with.
So then what I do is I deprioritize you immediately because I go like, yeah, you just want to be mean. Something
Like,
horrible
there's
has
so many
happened in your
people-
life and you're projecting that onto me. It's got nothing to do with me. Let me get a coffee, call my pretty wife and play with my kids. And that is, you have to, I guess I've just, in entertainment, I've just grown a thick skin. I do believe I've grown a thick skin
Yeah,
over the last 15
You
years.
are so much better than me in that.
I think that I do have these feelings as well. I just go, I choose my battles. Like, I don't let people run away with my emotional ball. No, jy gaan nie my dag spoil nie. Or jy gaan nie my 2 dae spoil nie, because sometimes you can spoil a day, but not 3. Not a damn. Anyway, do you want to continue with this thing? Or
Anyway, but how, you asked me a question, how was the
Yeah,
move?
this thing took a turn. I don't even know if I could air that. There's a lot of beeps I would have to put in. So also what I wanted to say, and this is a great time to say that, is that Natalie and I are very normal people with very real faults. And there's a group of audience members that love you so much, that are gobsmacked when you swear, that are gobsmacked. We are not perfect humans. We strive to be better, but we do not, like, I say things sometimes that I don't even, like, like, I'm trying to be better. So, like, there's real people behind. That's also the problem with us, is that we have a very real life. There's kids running around. We don't have the time to pretend. I can't pretend. It's just
Your
not.
son shat on you yesterday.
That's just then hy het sy leier afgehaal toe staan hy binne in sy eie gemors.
And he peed on the floor while
And then
he
we
was
showered
waiting
him.
for you.
We both had to get him in the bath, get him clean. While my other son was having a nacho watching TV, life's good. And then as I walk in with him and Natalie is still in the bathroom, hy pus hy op my. But he's one, and it's one. That's the beautiful, wonderful thing.
And we're going to remember that for when he's older.
Yeah. So listen, the thing I wanted to get to is the move. How's it been? Has it affected you?
Okay, so I'm going to be real. I didn't want to move to Cape Town. Not a lot of people know that. I didn't want to move to Cape Town. Obviously, I'm from Cape Town. I've got a history. So many reasons why I didn't want to move back to Cape Town. But Alfred loves Cape Town. My son adores Cape Town.
What is not to adore? It is beautiful out here.
No. It really is. And I can tell you something. I'm very happy with the decision. I'm happy that I did it for the team, as I joke. Because at the time, that's how I felt. But now it's been great. The school has just been, I'm so happy with the school. Ethan is so happy. The environment that we find ourselves in and the different life that this is from where we come from is amazing. It's great. Like Sunday we went to the promenade and the kids were just happy and Tyler was happy and we were happy because we were just out, and yeah, it's a very different life. It is just a very different life. There's just more opportunities here, and no, not everything needs money. Just I'm talking about the things that we can do. Like we can take a walk in the forest. We can.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about extravagant things. And no, I'm just saying that it's the little things that we just take for granted that just will make you so happy. So I think like just seeing the kids happy, you happy, I think that's, that's been the good part.
I don't think that like my happiness has very little to do with where I live. It's got a lot to do with the comfort of my family. Because I was absolutely happy in Johannesburg, you were happy in Joburg, but it was just it was a time to move on. And different opportunities presents itself in Cape Town, and also the kids are having a more outdoorsy upbringing, which
Very
we couldn't,
outdoorsy, yeah.
because quite frankly, we couldn't afford to give them in Joburg.
No.
People don't speak about this. If you're in Johannesburg, an outdoors lifestyle is not as easy as Cape Town. For the, there's a lot of reasons. They're like, I always tell people, like, crime is a problem in Cape Town and Joburg, everywhere, right? This is not, I love Johannesburg. I love the people. I love the opportunities it gave me. It was just a time to move. I couldn't afford the very big estate and then have my kids live sort of an outdoors life, but behind those walls, because that was a very big price tag. And then I was like, I work in Cape Town so much. We don't have to stay in a certain place. It was difficult to get Ethan into a school, but once we got that, great schools here. And so it was just a time of my life. I wouldn't change in my 20s. I wouldn't have changed that. I wouldn't change that. If I had to choose again where to go and live in my 20s and early 30s, it would be Johannesburg. It grew me. I made some fantastic friends. I understand the landscape. I think the place is cool beyond words. And you don't really ever understand the Joburg thing until you've lived there for a healthy amount of time. But that is
it's almost like to say, don't speak to me if you've never lived there. Like you cannot really place judgment or have an opinion even if you haven't actually lived there.
It's like
I loved Joburg. Loved it. It made me a person also.
I hate this. Sorry to interrupt you. I hate the comparison.
Yeah,
I hate the comparison. I absolutely hate Joe. Like, I hate these people go, I would never stay in Johannesburg. I would never move to Cape Town. I would never go to Durban. You do what suits your lifestyle at the time.
Yeah.
It's really not that deep.
Yeah.
We're all South Africans. There's fantastic things in each place.
Yeah,
but
it's what suits you. Flip. That's exactly what you just said. It's what suits your lifestyle.
So I get a little angry at like people that do these comparisons. It's really not a comparison to make. But anyway, so we've moved here. It's been great for the kids. They've had a lot of fun. It's pretty in Cape Town. It's there's all the most beautiful things and upside to it. We also have your mother down the road, which has been a great blessing. I don't even think like just for us, but also for her, because she's got a world where she can just pop in.
Yes, my mom stays 3 roads.
No, my mom stays 700 meters away. If my mother-in-law could leave now, her house now, and be here in 7 minutes.
Like, she always leaves here, and then I always say, okay, message, like when it's late at night, I say, message me when you get home. Like, I'm not even in my bedroom, and she's, okay, I'm home. Like, what was the use of that?
So that's been a blessing in a major way, because having your mother,
she loves it.
And she's here, and the kids are here, she gets the interaction. And also, Natalie initially thought that, my mom's going to be in and out. The standard stuff we all have about parents, like, your mom's going to be in and out. That auntie has a whole life of her own, eh? She's got no time for you.
She does. But listen, also, let me say that I had that opinion about my entire family.
Yes, of course.
And I was worried that, there was going to be a knock on the door. Not that I have a problem with it. It's just but like I also work, and I, there's always that fear that, flip, no one understands that just because I'm at home, I'm not particularly available and there to have a coffee. Yes, okay, you can call me now and then and I'll see, listen. But no one's a nuisance. I have two brothers, and I wish I could actually see them more.
I don't see these ones.
I actually want to call them today and say, listen, guys, I live in Cape Town. Like, can we just do something together?
We
Like,
must
there was
try now,
always that
Natalie.
fear. And I feel, and I love the fact that there's that respect, you know? And also with my mom, listen, she pops in all the time. She wants to be with the kids, whatever, but she tries to not invade my space.
Listen,
because she understands.
I am the son-in-law, and I have not felt our personal space being invaded.
Yeah.
Your mother's been very good.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that she can come more. My thing is also, we're also arrogant sometimes as people. We go, oh, people are going to come and knock on the door all the time. These people also have those fears. Your mother must be going, oh gosh, they're going to want to come drop the children every second day. And your brother must be like, I'm busy, I can't entertain you.
No,
Everyone's got the same thing because everyone's got important things in their lives. No one's lives are more important than other people.
Yeah.
And when I think personally, you think those things, and then it does. Like with my parents, I thought, hey, they're 8 hours away now. My father thinks nothing of jumping in the car and driving down the road. To him, Cape Town is down the road. It's 2 stops away. It's stopping in Neisner at the Wimpy and then
we do not need to
Somerset
give them
West.
any reason. If something happens, like if Tyler gets sick or whatever, oh yeah, do you need me to come down? You know, they
very quick
want to
come.
be here, but there's that level of respect which I so appreciate.
My father just said the other day that no, we must come he thinks he must come and see the children at least once every second month. That's 6 months of the year he wants to come and see. And they stay for 2 weeks. But it's been great so far. Fantastic from that perspective. I think on a whole, I do miss certain things about our old life. But on a whole, it's been a fantastic move for us. And I think that also, like, from a work perspective, I haven't been traveling that much. Have you noticed?
No, you haven't. But you also just finished the show with Mark.
That will come.
That phase of your career or your job will come, and then
it's gonna come because I'm busy writing a new show. So that show, I've got to actually face the music now. After I release Unfit and 40 online, I've got to face the music and start touring again, and that will take me away again for lots of flights again. But I have traveled less. And otherwise, what else? What else do you have to say about the move? We have had issues in terms of...
It was very expensive.
It was very expensive. I
feel like we were so rich before we moved. Listen, not in a... let me rephrase that.
I don't know how you say rich.
Because we saved money for the move. And if we didn't move, maybe we could have gone on holiday or something.
She says rich metaphorically, like jokingly.
Yeah.
Because like we had money because we had saved
We saved up.
And now none of that money exists anymore.
We had to pay a deposit. And oh my word, guys, when did moving your stuff from city to city become so bad, so expensive?
Wild.
It is wild. This move cost us so much money. If I must just calculate everything, and it's always that small things, no? It's not even the big things, because you prepare yourself for that big things, but it's that small things that add up together, and you're like, what? Did I just spend this amount of money on...
You're looking at a lot of money. Like, I just want to...
I don't know how people do it.
No, we did it. I know exactly how we did it.
Because we saved the money.
We saved the money, and I went out and really turned over every stone to try and make it up, and you did. But the truth of the issue is that you move from one city to the next. We did midweek moves to save money. We did every possible thing we could to save money. Natalie did everything she could because I was on the road trying to, do more. But it's expensive to move, and we independent business people. So for us to get any sort of, if we wanted to rent a place, we need more paperwork than the average Joe. If you want to get a bond, you got to do even more, And I think, did we say that what we did here? I did say we bought ours. Yes, we did.
Yeah, but also this house came as a miracle. This was a miracle. This wasn't part of the plan. It wasn't something that we prepared for. This house was a miracle that happened, and I tell you, miracles happen because this was a miracle.
Man, what is in, like, people on my Facebook page always say, what God has ready for you is for you. And I don't make a religious thing, but the universe has for you, it has for you. And sometimes it will look like a miracle. Because what had happened here with us was we had saved for a long time, because the property value here, like to buy a house here, similar to the one we had in Joburg, it's much more expensive. Everyone knows the story about Cape Town and the housing prices, right? But we had then saved for a good couple of years with the idea of, one, in Joburg, we were going to get a bigger place. So we were saving, and then in the middle of that, we went, okay, we're moving to Cape Town, and then we went, okay, then we have to save even more.
Yeah, but the plan was to rent first. So we were looking for rentals, and then we were going to figure out where we wanted to stay in Cape Town and see the prices of the houses or whatever while we were renting, and then decide eventually when we were ready, because we were still not ready, really.
Yeah.
And then we were going to make the decision once we had all that plans to move, to buy a house.
So yeah, and then what happened was, first year that we applied to move, we were going to move the year before. The first year we applied for Ethan for schools, we got rejected everywhere. The story goes. And then the second year we reapplied, and we got lucky, and the school took mercy on us and took us, and now we did it through the government, like everyone else does.
We went through the
I think
process.
people have this thing where they go, oh, you're well known, you just get in. No.
No,
we got rejected very hard.
We had to go through the system,
yeah,
obviously,
we went through the system,
because we are...
People, you're also just a number on the system.
Yeah, you
like
are.
you just And then we got in, and we got into a school, and then I looked at the school, and I went like, you're fantastic. So then things got really real, because then Ethan needed to move, and we wanted to move him in the middle of grade R so he could adjust. So when he went to grade 1, it wasn't such a huge shift in city and new friends, and it was young he's young in grade R. They make a friend most quick now, man. So we that was the thing. Then that time I was touring here with Mark and Alfred, Alfred and Mark, the show, and I remember Natalie was panicking because we were looking for rentals, and then in my I just looked at like what properties were available for sale. And then this place popped up, and then I took my brother. I said, I'll take you to lunch. Just come with me to view this house. And when I came through this front door, they say it must be music from a different room. Immediately I knew this is the house. I didn't need to know that Natalie was going to like the house. Then I went home and I said, Natalie, look at these pictures. And then she said, I like it, but I want to see it. And then she came back with me the next week. I had some stuff here anyway. And then, tears, and then the process of trying to buy this or get the financing for this thing, because we have to put down, like when you're in a day job, the upside is you get these loans quickly. We had to put down 15% deposit. Like it's
and they really tore us apart.
That
they looked for
ripped a hole in
every
us.
single thing. Paperwork, you need to give this. Oh, why was this? Oh, and why is that? And if this was this, why did this happen? They ripped us up into pieces.
And I know people out there with businesses know the story. Like when we try and get a bond, even though you don't have bad debt, I've got great credit. Natalie's got great credit. I have no car debt. We planned this thing over years, and still it was like, and then at the end of it, thank goodness we had enough money to pay that deposit, but then it wiped us out completely, because it's not a 10% deposit, it's a 15% deposit, and then transfer, and then moving moving all your stuff across country, and then settling in, and then getting into the house and happy, and then realizing, oh, we need to fix that thing and fix that thing just to make this thing livable. And it's just expense after expense. Something
And it
as
was a
simple
little
as
bit
getting.
more than what we expected, yeah.
Oh, it was a
to
lot
fork
more.
out at the
It was a
time
lot
just
more.
to make it livable.
I had an idea that we're going to have this little, because you want a nest egg, in case things happen, and we had to chip into that. But we're very fortunate. We made it happen. And we had assistance. There's a guy called Warren. Warren, you are. He helped us with this bond, because sometimes you have people that don't understand, and this guy made everyone understand, and it was everyone. Like, also, we get people like business people get rejected for home financing all the time. All the time. That's not people know that. And so like a lot of it's tough, man. They say no so easily. So eventually we got everything done.
Hulle wil nie jou geld hê nie.
Man, hulle is bang jy gaan nie betaal nie, en dan moet hulle, verstaan jy, is daai story. But anyway, we are here now. It's been great. That's the whole house story. Nothing you want to add there?
No?
Then we can move on to...
I need a new kitchen.
That's not happening in the next 3 years.
I want to change.
Good luck. Maybe you can just... Maybe you like do handy and wash the wall. Lekker man.
Ek het eers geld om die cupboards te paint.
Nee,
En ek wil tile.
Ai,
En
bo.
daar's soveel goede wat ek wil
You
doen.
know what
Maar
I say about tiling? I say it in my show. Your relationship must be strong for construction.
Anyway.
But anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of things we want to do with the house. There's cracks. Natalie noticed there's a crack here. Natalie hates that it's in the video. But anyway, it is what it is. And then from work side, how's your work? How's moving your business here? Because we also moved 2 businesses here. My business is a little easier to move. It's just a lot of gear that I have to move. But Natalie has a lot of clothing she has to move. That also costs.
Look, I think I took a hard hit. I must be honest. I took a very hard hit when we moved because I didn't work. I couldn't because we had the kids and trying to get them, the
Settled
schooling and get them settled. And it was just a lot. And then it was festive season and that was hard. And even though I was here, it was hard to work because I then also didn't have my nanny here, who really helped me because she was away. And it was just, I didn't work for a long time. So trying to get my business back where it should be, that was very, very hard for me. So I took a hard hit there. And the thing is, when I don't work, I don't earn any money. So I was also, just... It was tough.
It's tough, but the upside is that we were blessed that I could work. And the show was well supported. So, and that added a layer of complexity because for me to work, I need to travel more. I mean, we moved here and 2 weeks later, I went to an Australia, New Zealand tour. And then, so when Natalie says she didn't work in the business, but she worked way harder than what I was working to keep everything together, to give the children a sense of, I think Natalie is is our gravity, the thing that keeps us down. So like for us, like Ethan's school clothing and transitioning him in and understanding when he has to be where. And, we're really blessed with you.
I love the school, guys. But it's a lot of stuff, man.
No, but that's primary school.
Every day is something. Yo. I have a calendar on the fridge. I have a calendar on my phone. I have a calendar in my office because let me tell you, I'm going to forget something. And I do. And I kick myself when I forget something because it's everywhere. But it's so easy because there's so many things that I have to remember. And then yesterday the teacher sent out the homework for the week. I'm like, can anybody just
I did homework. I did the first homework yesterday.
Yeah, no, you did, but for me it was just like, can everybody just stop adding to my list of things to do?
And then also I'm quite demanding.
It's hard
because Natalie does all my admin stuff. Well, she takes about 40% to 50% of my admin work in terms of my just to make sure that I am where I'm supposed to be at all times, because we have a person that does I have a person that does the booking stuff for me, but Natalie oversees everything from a bird's eye view so that everything runs smoothly. my father actually told me, if your wife is in the business with me, you'll be successful. And that has been great. But that's more stuff.
I think that's another separate conversation because we both know of sisters and brothers that
Yeah,
help
don't
you
work.
and dan loop hulle weg met jou geld.
But I mean, where
So
you going to run?
I think, no. The difference is
Yeah.
that if they have the same goal in mind, if
No,
they,
that's why I said wife, not brother, sister,
Yeah.
cousin.
But no,
I
you
mean,
said family.
Yeah,
That's why I mentioned it.
so let me refine it then. Like your wife is involved, it gets better. But my thing is, but I'm also involved in Natalie's business from a picture perspective. I don't know if you've noticed, but her video production has gone through the roof, and no one gives me the credit that I deserve for the lighting I put in, and the camera work, and the sound. But I say nothing. I'm but a vessel. Mark Lottering say. But so I mean, it was a lot of stuff you had to deal with. I was touring, so that was great. But now the business is back up.
I mean, I wouldn't say back up, but I'm getting my
Starting.
groove back. Yeah, definitely getting my groove back. And I think it's just a lot of time management on my side, prioritizing things, and so yeah, no,
It's getting there.
Yeah,
I see you
definitely
back
getting
there in your
yeah.
new office all the time. So Natalie's got her own little office on the premises, and I have this is my office that I've turned into a studio / office. But so both of us are starting to get back, but we've also learned that, and this is something that, and I hear sometimes the voices, because when I put out content, I can feel like, not everyone, when you say nanny, for example, it sounds very bougie. It sounds like, ooh, you can afford a nanny. But if we don't have a nanny, we don't work, and we can't earn the money
work.
to support ourselves.
Yeah.
That would take Natalie out of the game completely, and it would take a lot of my time as well. So we're very fortunate that the businesses can sort of afford for us to have a people to help us, because without that, it doesn't work. And we've had a lot of trouble because we had a nanny that everyone was used to in Johannesburg, and she came up here for like 3 or 4 months, and then she went back home because it was just too far for her. And we get it. It's not easy.
Toe kom sy nie terug nie.
Nee, ek het mos
try
geweet sy gaan nie
sugarcoat
terugkom
this.
nie, man.
Let's
Die vrou,
not
she was
sugarcoat
here, she tried, she was great to us, but she didn't have any family here. So, like, she couldn't just, because she was staying with us, and then she couldn't just go out at night. You know what I mean? Like, you take for granted, like, me and you can just gonna have a coffee with a friend, and so we became...
Life wasn't
pleasant for her. And I got that. I'm like, and then weekends she would like go away, and you could see she was like walking around aimlessly because she didn't have that family around her. And, she became very close to my mother-in-law because my mother-in-law would sort of take her out and say, listen, come sit there by me and chat and all that. They became friends. But the truth is, when she left here December, I told Natalie, brace yourself, she's not coming back. And so then she didn't. She decided not to come back, which we all understand. And then since then, it's been challenging because now we've got to reintegrate into Tyler's life specifically, because he's used to his nanny and loves his nanny. And then now there's new people and he's not taking to them. And also it's difficult to find the right fit because we here all the time. That's another problem with having a business at home. We are here all the time. His mind can't understand why he can't just play with daddy now or mommy now. Like so many times I'm in here typing and then he knows I'm here. He'll knock on that door, gung, 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 dada, daddy, daddy. He'll say, and then your heart melts, man. Then you go out there and you play with him and there's no putting him down in 15 minutes. So that's very difficult.
Can't be a time limit, yeah.
Yeah. So now you need a person that he is in love with almost, and like will play with and forget about you. And so you need a professional nanny. So we've gone through how many in the last month? Like with trial periods, I think 3. 3 people, wonderful,
been a bit of a ride.
Wonderful people. Kind people, but they just didn't work. It didn't work. Some of them were more focused on, like the so kid orientated. And then the big job is the kids, yeah, because the kids is what everything is about. So I think this is a podcast. This is more than we've ever shared. Like I just put this thing on and thought, I'll do 15 minutes. Bang, here we are. Are you uncomfortable? I can see.
No.
You're uncomfortable with the information that we've shared
No.
so far. But anyway, so yeah, that's been a thing. So we're on nanny number 4. She's actually just started today. So we're hoping that works out. Back to the school. Fantastic school. I cannot say enough how much the last 6 months of grade R was for Ethan. It was great. And then now he's in grade 1 and he's having such a good time. You can see like he's excited to go to school. And it's and he's learning things and he's growing, and that's all you want for your kids. So we've been very fortunate. You don't understand.
I signed him up for this class, but it's like a science kind of class where they do like what is
sciencey things, like
sciencey
little
things,
experiments,
whatever. So anyway, I went to go fetch him yesterday, but they went a bit over time, and I went to the class to go see Justice. This brow was smiling from cheek to cheek, man. He loves that stuff.
This is interesting.
And there was bubbles, mommy. And there was, and I'm like, okay, you know.
Oh, that's great.
So I don't know if he's gonna be a little bit of a geek.
No, I really hope so. Geeks do well in life.
So yeah, he loves that. I just love how happy he is.
He's very happy. He's very excited, and they know how to sort of they know how to pique his interest and stuff.
No,
so it's been great so far. We're very lucky to even have a position in a school. It's not easy to get into schools anymore. People in Joburg are now struggling to get their kids into good schools. But anyway, so that's that. And then the tour is over. And that was a lot of my time for the last 7 months. It's gonna be, remember when it was gonna be a one night. I came up with the idea last year this time, and then I asked Mark, and people know the story, but both Mark and I couldn't have imagined how well supported this thing would have been.
I said that you guys must go to London with the shows, but
I would love. Man, Mark is already on
I'll
tour.
do it van julle.
Mark is already on tour with the next thing. And it's very expensive to tour a show, you know. So you have to put in a lot of upfront money, because we self-funded business people, both Mark and I. When we go to Australia, we put them like, you know, I'm very fortunate because my representative in Australia, I've got a rep in Australia, managed everything for us, which made life a lot easier. But it's still expensive because we're out of country. It's more expensive with the exchange rate. We're going there with rands and we're paying for things, you know. So when you go to London again, I wanted to go to London. I would still love to go to London, but Mark's already on tour with his next show. I'm the one that doesn't have, you know, it's really, I'm going to throw Mark under the bus here. Mark, it's your fault that we didn't go to London. No, it wasn't like that. Both of us, it's challenging to go to London. I think we should, that's the place I regret that we couldn't go to, but we never thought the show was going to go past one night. Mm-hmm. We thought the show was going to do like a one night only, and then I remember just going well, and then Joburg went well, and then Mark calls and he goes, listen, man, this is a hit, let's roll.
But I also just have to say, and you don't want to put this out there, but quite honestly, the two of you didn't know how it was going to go down.
No, you don't know.
We were standing at the first show and we're like, oh my goodness, what if this doesn't work? What if
what
we
if
don't
this is
gel?
a colossal flop?
What if we don't gel? What if we don't get along? What if what if this, like he might not like working with you. You might not like working with him. It's not either or, it's both of you. And I think all of us, and I say all of us as in you, Mark, Anwar, myself, I think we were all just so surprised how much you actually were comfortable with each other.
Listen, let me tell you what I knew I was going to work well with Mark, because I look up to Mark. I've been friends with Mark for many, many, many years, right? He's a stalwart in the comedy industry. So just to be on stage with him is a big deal. But you never know how these things are going to work because it's not just the show. It's the admin at the back. It's the touring together. It's sitting in a plane for 14 hours next to each other. It's finding places to eat together, getting into Ubers to try and save costs. It's all those things. And so you're not just doing a show together. You sort of become roommates and family members. We never shared rooms, but we're on the road together a lot. And from that perspective, also then you have my wife and Mark's husband, and you don't know how those dynamics are going to work. But on the upside, I can tell you this. Not one argument, not even a little bit, not even close. We were so in agreement with most things that 99% of the stuff we agreed on. The things we didn't agree on wasn't big deal breakers.
But also on both sides done with so much respect to the next person.
It was a beautiful experience.
That's what I appreciated the most.
And I think we walked away with good friends because, I mean, now we're going to dinner tonight. You know, the show is over a month already and we're going to dinner together tonight. Yeah, it's been wonderful. So yeah, that's from the show's perspective. What's next for me is I'm going to put Unfit and 40 out online.
Jy moet jou show skryf, papa.
Yeah, I've been writing for 2-3 years. I write 2 years on a show, but I don't know if the jokes will work. So I'm going to come to a small town and a small venue near you and come and see and then help me make the show. The first 6 months is really and people helping me make the show. Yeah, you must say if the joke don't work. No, I go in and I do 40 seats and I go, that joke didn't work, and we have a great time. The opening shows are always fun because the people understand that I'm trying. It's nerve-wracking, but so fun. It's panic-stricken. I'm panic-stricken so many times. Mama sat there thinking, in the car, don't embarrassing me. I hope you're not embarrassing me. And for you, pretty girl, you look very pretty in this light. I mean, you're pretty, but I mean, you look very pretty. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Didn't even say a word about my 4 kilos I lost, but okay, we'll leave it there. So nothing else? Nothing new to share? No, not I think that this was... Tell us if you want more Alfred and Natalie. This is more of a podcast.
Please be honest. I know I'm not interesting.
Natalie, No, we really need to discuss why you are so down on yourself. But that's in the next episode. Why would you say you're not interesting when everyone clearly wants to hear from you? Like, they clearly love you. Like, you can see in the comments, people adore you more than what they ever adored me. I'm just the brother that brings the jokes and does the hard work. People clearly like you, and I think that, you just, that's something you must investigate within yourself, and I guess we all have those issues. But anyway, would you want to do more of these kinds of things with me? Yeah. It's work to get her in here. You need to find time in my calendar of all the things that I need to do. This was not part of my plan for today. I need to now rush to the doctor because our son needs a vaccine. Today, and I'm going to edit this. Thank you so much, guys. Watch Natalie. I'm going to press this fade to black. It's part of my new gear. It just fades black. There's Tyler awake. Okay. Fade to black.